Towards the end of last night's first Democratic presidential debate, the different candidates were asked who their biggest enemies had been over the course of their careers. Now, Hillary Clinton responded in this way. Watch.
Secretary Clinton?
Well, in addition to the NRA, the health insurance companies, the drug companies, the Iranians, probably the Republicans.
All right, so the health insurance companies and the drug companies, right? As well as the Iranians and the Republicans. Now, the Republicans and the Iranians, that's true. However, when it comes to, at least according to this article in the International Business Times, it's not exactly true when it comes to the pharmaceutical companies and the health insurance companies. Now, they explain. It is true that the NRA and the Republicans have not been Clinton's friends. They've been her nemesis. And she's been involved in tense negotiations about international policy towards Iran. But health insurance companies and drug companies have been some of her biggest financial supporters. Uh-oh. So let's get into some of the details here. Now, in 2008, during her last presidential campaign, Hillary Clinton was one of the among the 3 biggest recipients of campaign cash from pharmaceutical-related companies. Now, this is according to data compiled by the Center for Responsive Politics. In all, they say, the watchdog group reports that she had raised $738,000 from employees of pharmaceutical manufacturers and companies classified as pharmaceuticals/health products. The center reports that Clinton also raised more than $1.2 million from the health insurance industry. Ooh. Not good, but it's also not all. On top of those campaign contributions, the Clintons and their family foundation have benefited from their ties to the pharmaceutical and insurance industries. For example, in 2011, the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, and you'll love the kind of acronym for this, PhRMA, yes, PhRMA, the primary trade association represented drug companies, paid Bill Clinton $200,000 for a speech, as the organization was lobbying the Hillary Clinton led State Department. Last year, the Drug, Chemical, and Associated Technologies Association, which is also a trade group whose members include major pharmaceutical companies, paid her a $250,000 speaking fee. $250,000 to speak. Meanwhile, the Clinton Foundation received between $1 million and $5 million worth of donations separately from drug manufacturers Pfizer and Procter & Gamble, and from health insurers Humana and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Some of those companies made donations as recently as this year, according to the Clinton Foundation's website. Now, why? Why would they do that? Well, they explain that this is part of a friendship forged after those industries opposed her healthcare initiative, and which continued after she won re-election to the Senate in 2006. Now, this article continues. As Secretary of State, Clinton repeatedly championed the TPP, which critics say includes provisions that strengthen patent protection for drug manufacturers. Now, last week, she had conveniently turned around on her position when it comes to the TPP. She made a decision and said, you know what, I don't like the TPP after all. I'm just like you guys. I don't like the TPP either, even though I championed it 45 different times. Now, as a presidential candidate in 2008, she also promoted the idea of a federal mandate effectively requiring Americans to buy private health insurance. So she is a proponent of the individual mandate, which is part of course, one of the more unfavorable parts of the healthcare law. Now, those Clinton positions were also strongly supported by the same drug and insurance companies that she had now called enemies. It doesn't really seem like she's enemies to these companies. More like frenemies to me. Friends when you need the money, enemies when it's politically popular. Oh yeah, I hate the insurance companies too. I mean, nobody really likes the drug companies. I know I don't. Nobody really likes the health insurance companies either. But they are full of money. And they also have a ton of influence, even among Democrats. Democrats like Hillary Clinton. Now, they have influence everywhere in Capitol Hill. They're big corporations, and they use their lobbying prowess, of course, to go after Democrats as well as Republicans. And Hillary Clinton has been a beneficiary, a major beneficiary, of a lot of this lobbying money. But look, changing her positions to fit what's politically popular is essentially what Hillary Clinton's kind of about. And a lot of politicians are also about in today's Democratic Party. And when it comes to that, well, most candidates, and this is an unfortunate thing to say, but it's the truth. It seems like most candidates, when it comes to campaigning, they're progressive in theory, but as soon as they get into office, they shed that and become a corporatist. Progressive in theory, but not in practice. And unfortunately, we have that in Hillary Clinton.